July 3rd marks the International Plastic Bag-Free Day, and for this year, advocate groups decided to gather at the Manila Bay and do some serious cleanup. Pia Bonalas is there right now. Hi Pia, what's going on there?
Hi, good morning, Claire. I'm still here at the Manila Bay where we are celebrating the 5th International Plastic Bag-Free Day. And with me is President of EcoWaste Coalition, Von Hernandez, to tell us more about their project. Good morning, sir.
Morning. Morning.
First of all, plastic, just how harmful really is it to our environment?
Well, you can see the evidence, This is the amount of trash materials we got from the bay this morning. And what we're doing is we're auditing the composition of the waste that we saw floating in front of Manila Bay. A lot of it is plastics, single-use disposable plastic bags. And when we did this 2 times before, we also saw that the dominant fraction of the waste stream consisted of plastics.
You say single-use disposable plastic bags, because I look at plastic, I don't know what the difference is. What does that exactly mean?
Meaning to say, after you use it maybe one time, it ends up disposed, it ends up being disposed in the environment. And it ends up in our waterways, it ends up in our water bodies like Manila Bay. So, like we said, instead of seeing, marine life thriving in this kind of an environment, what we see is trash.
And there are a lot of reports that I have read na plastic also, when put in the water, aside from polluting it physically, it could also be food for the marine life. What is it behind that?
That's true. In fact, there's a lot of evidence globally that shows that these plastic materials, when they end up in the marine environment, they actually break down into tiny bits, like we call them microplastics, and they don't disappear. You probably don't see them, but actually they're there. And they're quite ubiquitous. They're everywhere, all over the globe. And they end up in the food chain itself because, marine life take them in. And they also cause injury to different kinds of marine life.
So that means that when we eat the fish from the sea, that means it could also come back to us.
Definitely. And as we see here, Manila Bay is supposed to be one of our fishing grounds, right? But instead of rich marine life, we see a lot of waste materials, particularly plastic. That is why on this occasion we are calling for a nationwide ban on single-use plastic materials. As a matter of fact, a number of cities, municipalities have already instituted ordinances which prohibit the use of single-use plastic bags. But the thing is, not all, and there are leakages, and that's why these materials still end up in our environment. There is also weak enforcement of existing laws. If our local government officials, for example, would seriously implement what we call the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act, then this type of problems would be prevented.
I do know what you said about the groceries, that some of them are already banning the use of some plastic bags, and some of them would have paper bags instead. Is that really a better alternative?
Well, for one thing, paper bags you could recycle. So you could collect that, and then at the same time they could, other people could recycle them. But when it comes to single-use plastics, they are not recyclable. And what happens is people just throw them away, and they end up polluting our waste streams. They cause flooding, they cause pollution. Some people burn them, and that adds to our toxic pollution problem in the atmosphere.
Right now, honestly, I'm quite overwhelmed with all this information, and I really want to know what I can do to help, the little things, because for example, we were talking about groceries. I do use paper bags or other disposable bags, but then when you do go inside the grocery, the items that you buy are already wrapped in plastic. Are there some things that we can do individually just to help in this reduction?
Yeah, individually, of course, it would be good for Filipinos to go back to the bayong, or any kind of, shall we say, bag that is not disposable, that you can keep reusing and reusing, so you don't contribute to the problem. And demand ban this also from your supermarkets, from your retail outlets. No plastics. As much as possible, avoid the practice of putting what you buy in these disposable plastic bags. At the same time, at the more institutional level, we should write to our congressmen, we should write to our senators to support bill banning single-use plastics from commercial outlets, so they don't end up in the environment. So we have to, I think we have to go beyond just the individual action. We have to make this institutional, and it has to be enforced at the same time.
Well, those are really good things for us to do, not just today because it is International Plastic Bag Free Day, but we always have to do our part in saving the environment. Thank you so much, Sir Von.
Thank you.
There you have it. For those of you who also want to do your share in saving the environment, you know what to do, not just today, but for the other days in front of you. You know not to use those single-use plastic bags. Back to you, Claire and Hillary.
All right, we'll remember that definitely. Thanks, Pia.